Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Does this look familiar? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back at work, guys. I came across this National Geographic video that I thought we'd go over in a little bit of detail. So what I came across was this specimen of narcissistic, deranged, living in an alternative reality woman who set up a young man about 10 years ago now, and kind of left him in prison to rot for life after she masterminded and actually came up with an instructional video on how to unalive her mom. So now this is 8.5, almost 9 years after that, and now we're going to see how this person is getting on in society while her co-defendant, as she says, sits in prison and rots after being GROOMED'd for about 2+ years on something he didn't want to do, but was kind of told it was the only way they could be together. That's no excuse for this gentleman, but again, the mastermind, like the Charles Manson in the deal, that specimen is out in the real world now after only serving 8.5 years, and we just want to catch up with them and see how they're getting along in society. So guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Thank you for joining this channel. This is like a unique view at this specimen, and yeah, we're going to talk about it. So hang on.
Hey everybody. So tonight I am cooking dinner for Ken. This is the first time that I will be cooking a dinner for him. Usually he's the one that's always like cooking for me. So he is at work right now, and he does not know that I am planning this romantic dinner tonight.
So guys, Ken is the male specimen in this little National Geographic program. We see him at the very end, but he is the motivation behind the meal that this woman wants to cook. It is kind of pathetic that at such a big age, she's around 34, that she has never cooked a romantic meal for this gentleman, because well, she was in captivity for 8.5 years, like I said, and also, just so you know, she's currently married to somebody else. I don't know how many romantic meals she cooked for him, but let's listen on.
So I am making spaghetti and meatballs. I have the recipe right here. I've got all the ingredients that I need. I just kind of cook the meatballs, just kind of warm them up a little bit because I kind of like it to be a little bit more cooked. And I also cooked the little smokies. So
yes, guys, I want you to understand, you heard that correctly. That was spaghetti and little smokies inside of the spaghetti sauce that came out of a jar that this specimen is putting together. Their first attempt, as we said, at a romantic meal. Now, most people with some more experience out here in the terrain of life might realize that spaghetti is probably not the most romantic meal unless you're in Lady and the Tramp and you're both dogs. But little smokies inside of it probably brings that romantic meal down to like a kindergarten lunch trade. Yeah.
A lot of people like meatballs, but like I like little smokies in my spaghetti. Alright, so I'm gonna start. Okay. So I've got my seasonings that has like bell pepper, onion, they call it Creole seasoning.
So I'd like to say that most people on this plateau, this terrain of life, usually they don't put little smokies or Creole seasoning in spaghetti, but in Louisiana, I think maybe anything goes. And you have to remember, this National Geographic of the specimen is in Louisiana, down in the bayou, or the bayou. So this is the way that these zebras and giraffes and everything run. So she's got something maybe a little bit special in her seasoning and in her dish that she wants to provide and have on display for her big bad male counterpart. So we're going to go ahead and listen more.
And then I have the pasta sauce.
Guys, just so you know, the average bear here on the Life Terrain that says that they're going to cook something special for somebody, they don't usually open up a jar of pre-made spaghetti sauce. That is another unique quality with this specimen as far as her cooking goes. She uses other people's pre-made things and just kind of puts things together.
I kind of like having the burner, the pot a little closer to the camera so you guys can see all the ingredients that I'm putting in. Alright, so I'm going to start with putting some this.
So guys, just like your average bear who might move the camera closer so that you could see what they're doing, might let you know what the ingredient is that they're putting into the pan, but this average bear doesn't give a shit if you know what they're using as an ingredient or not. This is just about showing you this average bear doing something out of the average.
Take night for Ken. He has been amazing throughout these last couple of months. When we found out we were pregnant or are pregnant,
so it's a little confusing because this specimen, this female specimen, is doing some I guess it's called housework. She doesn't seem like she's done it before. She's doing some laundry, just hanging up some clothes. It looks like she's doing a miserable job of it, but I guess it's the thought that counts. She's also a bit confused because she seems to think that the male specimen is going to be carrying the child as well as the female specimen, like they're going to share in that. I don't think so.
I guess I kind of just was worried that, like, he would stay just for the baby. And I don't want that for him. Like, I want him to be happy, and I want him to want to be with me.
So, guys, the male specimen has apparently gone out for the day to tackle the day and provide for the female and the little one inside the female, if there's a little one inside the female. Just trying to divide and conquer the day by providing a little bit of income, a very little bit of income. And this is where it seems like the female human, more like a black widow, is making sure that everything is comfortable for the male counterpart here, because she wants to make sure that he is just so comfortable. Now, the last black widow's male counterpart was not very comfortable when she left him. She left him cold and with a dog that she wanted. Thank God she didn't eat the dog. The counterpart before this counterpart is doing life in prison for this female. So this black widow is extremely dangerous, but she does seem to genuinely like this other male counterpart, and she is trying to keep him by having him impregnate her, and or maybe not, and like dangling the baby or idea of a baby in front of him. Kind of like what I do with my dogs when I want them to come inside or something. Like I take a treat, and it's kind of like the same way with these two specimens, apparently.
I just remember, like, he leaned over and just gave me the most, like, knock your socks off kiss imaginable. Like, this was super romantic. Because, like, I had never been kissed like that. Like, I had kissed people. I had kissed, obviously, one other person.
So now, as we watch and see who this specimen of a black widow human being is, this crossbreed, this hybrid, what we've noticed is she's a pathological liar. So she said that she at least kissed one person like that before, but I think there was a Dan, there was a Nick, and there was a Ryan that we know of. So probably at least 3 people that we could keep count of. I don't know if this crossbred hybrid specimen of a black widow and person, if they all have memory lapses. Of course, I've never met another black widow spider person hybrid before, so I don't know if that's a common trait with them, but this one definitely has very short-term memory.
Like, never in life had I had a kiss like that. Like, whoa. And so I looked at him and I'm like, I don't think we can kiss like this. And I don't know, we just went with it, and we just started kissing again. And then the guard walks by and then sees us, and she catches me and she's like, Miss Blanchard, what are you doing in the blue chairs right now?
So in that captive environment where I guess the 2 specimens were, and obviously with lots of people watching them and taking notes on them, they were told that they couldn't really interact or touch each other, but they just said fuck it, and they went for it anyway, and they were reprimanded for it. Apparently that kiss that I guess her name is Gypsy, that black widow spider had never had before, must have been worth it, because it ended everything for them, and that kiss had to last her in her imagination for a really long time, which might be a trait for the black widow spider, a crossbred hybrid person.
And I'm like, okay. So my visit got interrupted, and then I got, of course, a reprimand. Those things that you always look back, like, and even when you're with someone, it's not fitting. It's like trying to force a puzzle piece that doesn't go, because you already met your puzzle piece and it fits so perfectly without effort. And so that's how I felt with my relationship with Ryan. Yeah, I was happy, but I could have been happier.
Guys, so as you know, this crossbred black widow spider person has been in captivity for a long time, and now she's ready to give life advice. I don't know why she thinks she can, but those that want to listen can do so if they want to. Probably won't get them anywhere. What she's saying is, you should never sacrifice anything and just step on the heads of anybody that's in your way. Just take their heart out and eat them if they're in your way of happiness. And that's the way this crossbred black widow spider hybrid person lives their life. That's why we're paying attention, so we can see how people like this exist in the world of life where other specimens exist. We want to see exactly how this specimen lives guilt-free in their mind.
Because I am so in love with this man. In the 5 years that we were separated, I was in pain. I couldn't get over him. I always felt lost. I always felt like my person was within reach. I just couldn't get to him. And I felt like the time that we had together while I was, and we're starting our own family. Like that's something to hold on to and never let go.
So guys, a few things to unfold here with the hybrid black widow spider and person mixed together. So apparently when they cry, they have absolutely no tears, and apparently it looks like they're acting when they're crying. Very poor acting job, by the way. I don't know what to do, how to wrap my head around it. Again, there's not that many of these types of hybrids on the planet for us to investigate and see. And we just never really know about how they're going to act or how they're going to react. So, but it seems like they just, when they cry, that there's no real emotion, that there's no tears. It's more for show. And, I don't know how that really works among those types of people, but, I'm glad we're doing this little National Geographic investigation.
Okay, so I just got home from work, and Gyps surprised me with her famous spaghetti here. This is the first time she's ever cooked for me, so I'm excited to try her cooking. It's really hot though. It's very good.
Good.
Very good.
Good. Okay, I'm
10 out of 10.
Good.
So guys, it seems like the male specimens don't act any better than the female specimens, because I don't think his spaghetti is so good. Guys, I had some fun with this. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I don't know what to tell you guys. She is a hybrid, isn't she? She's not real human, because humans tend to feel a little bit more, and they don't tend to say that people that are still in their life that helped them, that gave them a boost, that their puzzle piece just didn't fit, and they weren't willing to do anything while this person worked so well. While that person was in captivity, this person tried to make everything fit around them. But when they came out, it seemed like that person that was in captivity had no desire to make anything fit around the other person. So it seems like that type of animal or species, that type of species seems to be very selfish. When they cry, they don't have any tears. Their acting job is very bad. They don't seem to have any kind of conscience, any kind of awareness, any kind of anything, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure that they should actually be roaming the streets with the real Homo sapiens. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. I hope I made you laugh. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.